Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Jamie. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video that I'm going to be making for you all. So this is basically a video for back to basics when it comes to acrylic nails. I've been doing nails not professionally for about 8 years now on myself, and I do a couple friends and family. But I just want to let you know, if you guys are interested in doing your own nails at home, you can do it. Don't, like, if you have the passion or if you want to do it, try it at home, okay? Because it does cost a lot of money to do it at the nail salon. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, this is basically what you need. If you don't have some of the stuff, you don't have to have some of the stuff here. Like for instance, the drill. If you don't have the drill, it's totally fine. You don't need to have the drill. If you don't have these cutters for your nail tips, then that's fine. You could use nail cutters, okay? And then you can always just use files instead of the drill and all these other little pieces, and then a little duster. Basically, I'll show you the things that you can use. This is what I use at home, but if you don't have some of these things, there's alternatives. Like you can just buy a couple things, like say for instance, if you go to Sally's or if you go to Walmart and you don't want to buy the kits online or anything like that. But the thing is that if you want, you could go to Sally's and you could purchase everything that you want. Okay. So the first thing is you're gonna need your brush. So I'm using a number 9. Most people, they go smaller. Not most, but some, it depends on the people, like how they can do their nails. I like to go 9. I started out, I think, with a 6. And I think that was the best thing for me. So when you have a brush, you want to, make sure you're comfortable with it, because you can go really large and then you can get like, it's like this one here is like a really large one, and I can't do nails with large. I like the small ones, so it's nice and precise. This is even smaller right here. This one here is probably a 6, as you can see the bristles. You can always get the Acrylic brush. You can buy them at Sally's, like I said. You can buy them online, or you can even buy them at Walmart, okay? I know that there's like alternatives of places you can buy, so if you're interested, I did get this from a website in the States. Most of the products that I would recommend, don't buy from like overseas. I would recommend buying them from the States, like I said, or Canada, something like that, or made like in Canada or in America, okay? But when it comes to, like, say the drill, this one is Mia's Secret. I had a one from T-Mart. You could buy a basic nail drill for like $20 to $1,000, if you want. This here is a cuticle pusher. That's push back your cuticles, so when you prep your nails. You also need your nail glue. You could buy this anywhere. You could buy it at a dollar store, Dollarama, doesn't matter where you buy it. You could buy at Walmart, wherever you feel. You don't need this guy. This is just a little duster. That's an attachment that you can put on your nail drill just to get by the cuticle area, so you don't have any dust. And then this is just a cuticle area cleaner to clean off all that gunk that you have around your nails. So that's that. And then you also I also have this sand band here. That's to dull out the nail so it doesn't have that shine. You got the nail cutter to cut your own nails, or the artificial nails. It's totally up to you. If you don't have one of these, you can use one of these for sure, no problem. And you don't need to buy one of these if you don't. And if you first starting out and you don't feel that you can do your nails yourself, you know what, you can grab a cuticle stick or whatever you have. Usually the kits, they come with everything. They're about $30, the kits. If you go to Walmart, it's like $30 or so. And I'm not too sure about Sally's. I haven't shopped there in a while, but if you're interested in doing something like that, this is basically what you would need in order to do your own nails at home. But this is the stuff that I use. And I also have my two files. I have a fine file, so you'll need a fine file, and then you'll also need a coarse file. This one is 160, I believe, or no, sorry, 100 grit, and this one is, oh gosh, what would it be? Either 200 or something like that. So a fine one. And then you also need your dehydrator. The kits normally come just with a primer, but I'm using professional stuff, so I use dehydrator, the C&D product. I love this product, it's awesome. And then the primer is the C&D primer. I know that most kits, they only come with the primer, but that's totally fine. I'm sure those kits are legit, so you can use that product. I also have my nail tips. I'm not sure if you can see. You always get those in the kit too. You can purchase nail tips anywhere. Those will be fine if you get them from China or wherever. That's totally cool. The basic thing I would say I would recommend is when you buy acrylic system, make sure it's made from America or Canada. Like these are made from America. And then I also have the C&D acrylic powder. Okay, this is just reuse. I just refill it, so that's why it's gunky like that, but I just refill it because it's easier to access, and it's just a clear. Okay, I also have the monomer, and this is also a C&D monomer. I can show you the package of it. This is what it looks like. I did buy this from a beauty supply store, so yeah, I just want to let you guys know that too. Okay, so that's that. And then here is the powder right here. This is the powder, the C&D powder that I bought. Okay, so I just refill it all the time. So that's basically what you would need. I think I went through everything. This here, I use these scissors because I just cut down the side of the nail, so you don't need that if you don't have. So basically the things that you would really need if you don't have everything that you see here, you definitely need your brush. You would need a cuticle pusher. You could use a stick, one of these sticks. They come with the kit. You can push your cuticles back. It's simple, so you don't need to buy this. It usually comes with one, or else you could buy one like this. So you'll need these two items. You'll need your primer. This is from my. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is just for my take and things when I do my nails. You'll need the glue. Okay. You'll also need a nail cutter to cut the nails to the length that you want, or cut your own nails. You'll need 2 files. Usually you could buy one file that has both sides grids on. It all depends. But files are really cheap. They're only like $1. And then you'll also need your monomer and your acrylic. So this is basically what you would need. And then the nail tip, obviously. Okay, pick that up. Nail tip, okay? That's basically what you would need to complete a set, if you're interested in ever doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna end this video right now, and then I'm gonna start doing my left hand, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm back now. I'm gonna start doing my own nails here at home. Like I said, I'm not a professional, but I've been doing nails for about 8 years now, and I absolutely love doing my own nails. So if anybody is interested in doing their own nails, I'm sure you guys could do it. Okay, so don't be deterred not to do it, because you know why? If you feel that you can do it, why not try? It doesn't hurt not to try, but just keep on trying, because it does actually take time to do, right? And yeah, I would totally recommend doing your own nails at home, definitely. So I'm gonna start doing my nails. So I have not prepped my nails at all yet, so I'm gonna prep these ones. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my cuticle pusher, like I said, that I showed you, or else if you don't have one, you can use this guy here. Okay, so I'm just gonna push back my cuticles. This video might be a little long just because I am going to be doing my nails for y'all. But you can always fast forward to the next step if you want, okay? So I'm just pushing back nice and gently but firmly. Just want to make sure that I push back all those dead cuticle area there, like that, okay? Okay, this is the drill piece I'm going to be using right here. This is the piece I'm going to be using to clean around my cuticle. If you don't have that, just use your file, okay? It's about 100 grit or the fine file. Just be careful, because it is a new file, like this one isn't, but when you do have a new file, just be very gently. I'll show you what you can do. Okay, so you grab your file, the end of it like this, and you could go into the little area like this, okay, and then just clean off that gunk by the cuticle area there. It just takes a lot more time, that's all. So that's basically like you're cleaning around it, right? So just clean around it like that. Make sure that that cuticle is gone, okay? Basically that's it, okay? And then you can always use the file again and then just buff out the nail like this, just to prep it for the application of the artificial nail, okay? Because you don't want a shiny look, you want a dull look, okay? So I'm going to continue using my drill just to clean up around the cuticle area, because this is going to be one of my, I usually leave my sets on for a couple months, and I don't like to do a new set, but I'm just using this. This is right now, it's on number 6 for the drill, and I love this part because I like to clean around my cuticle area, because I can't stand all that gunkiness that's been sitting there. There we go. I've been getting my nails done ever since I was 16. So it's been about, oh gosh, 28 years or so now. So I have some damage on my nails, which is obviously going to happen. A lot of people do get damage on their nails when they do wear acrylics for a very long time. But you know what? Me considering, I find that these are my nails because I've been wearing them so long. And like, look at that, just cleaning it, all that gunkiness. Oh, the best feeling ever is just cleaning that yuckiness, all that dead skin. Okay. I just want to make sure, and I'm going to do my pinky just because like I said, this is going to be my set for a while. And I just want to make sure I can get in there and get that gunk out. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just going to turn that off for now. I'm going to grab my little, if you don't have a little duster, don't worry. You could always use a brush, or just use a napkin or something just to clean it off, because you don't want to be having like tackiness of all that gunk all over the place. That's the one thing that is a must. You want to make sure your area is nice and clean for when you're doing your nails, especially prepping your nails. That's the most important step of when you get your nails done or doing your nails. You want to make sure they're prepped properly, because if they're not prepped properly, you're going to be getting some lifting. So I'm going to use this guy here. This guy is going fast. He's number 6 right now. But I'm going to use this. I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to go down to 4, just because, you know what, my nails, I don't want to be like hurting them or anything. So I'm just going to go and just clean off the little shine like that, like so. I'll show you, like I'll show you actually, I'm hoping you can see the shine on the nail. So I'm just cleaning it off. I don't need to cut my nails because obviously they're really short already. Okay, I'm just cleaning off that shine. I don't want any of it. Okay, so you see the shine on the nail there? I want that gone. But you don't want to go too hard, okay guys, because your nails are very delicate. Yeah, so you just go nice and slow and soft, okay? I'm just doing a little buff, that's it. Just a little buff. Okay, like so. Okay, after that, this is an option. You don't need this if you don't have it. It's totally cool. I'm just using this guy here just to clean by the cuticle area. I want to make sure, I'm just going to dust all my hands off first. I want to make sure that there's no dust in the area of where my cuticle area is, because that's where you want, make sure it's nice and clean. You got to clean that area. These are only like 99 cents, these little drill pieces here. You know, they're very cheap. I bought this for like $1. So you could get it on eBay. It's so cheap. So don't worry about it. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. You can always just use whatever you have. So this is the glue I have. I normally just use a basic glue, this one here, but I don't have any more right now. So I'm just using this one. Hopefully this is a good nail glue. I don't know. I haven't used it on myself before. Okay, so I'm just going to, I have my tips already sized. That's another thing. Before you start, make sure you size your tips, nails. Make sure you get them and size them. So I'm just gonna place a dab of glue on the nail like that. Oh yes, and I skipped a step. Actually, let me see if I can actually go. I'm actually cutting these nails a little bit because they are too curved for me. So what I do is I want to make sure that I'm going to cut the tip first this way, because they are way too curved for me and I don't like that. This is a step I should have done. Let's see if that glue is still, yeah, it's still wet. So I'm going to add this to my nail, and then you just press and hold, okay? That's all. I'm going to hold it for a couple seconds, like probably about 20, just because this glue does need a little bit of help. I think it's not the best glue. It's probably really cheap glue. So I'm just holding it down, okay, like so. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna finish cutting these rest of these nails. So I'm just using a pair of scissors. These are the scissors that I showed you in the beginning. I just want to cut a little bit off because, like I said, they are way too curved for me, and I don't like that. So I like to cut these guys. But this is optional. You don't have to do it. It's just my preference, okay? You can skip to the next step if you don't do this to your nails anyways. I did do it with the rest of the nails. Okay, now I'm going to continue gluing the nails. Okay, just add the glue to the tip of the nail, grab the nail itself, move it along. You want to make sure that the corners and everywhere gets the glue, and then just place the tip on and hold. Make sure it's center too, okay? You don't want to put your nail crooked or anything like that. Hopefully I didn't, you know, but sometimes you can, and that's not good. If you do, you just cut it off and then just sand it off all the way and then reapply, okay? But make sure that the artificial nail is totally off. So, but the only way you can do that is probably basically sand, or you could use acetone, okay? So you can do that. So that's that. I'm gonna do the next one. I normally like to go coffin. That's like what my shape is usually, my preference is coffin. But I have not, I'm going square today because I haven't, like I'm getting like kind of sick of coffin right now. So I just want to make sure I'm pushing that down and holding it. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, now that I have the tips on, what I'm gonna do now after, because you know what, I don't like the shape too much, and I know it's not even right now, I like to make sure that I sand the side of my nails, because I wanna make sure that this is not attached to my skin. Okay, so I'm just grabbing the 100 grit file, and I'm just gonna go and file along the sides like this. And like I said, if you don't have a drill, you can always use the file on top of the nail, like, I'll show you. I'm going to do the tip, make sure it's square. And then you also want to make sure that your nails are even. You want to make sure the length is good too, right? The length is even. So you're going to make sure that's good too, right? You don't want one long nail and one short nail. Try to like do it as close as you can. And then now that if you don't have a drill, like I said, you could just use your file and then buff the top of the nail. You want to make sure that that glue and all that, and then the corners are nice and flush. So like sometimes the glue might not stick all the way onto the corners. Sometimes, you know, you never know. But you want to make sure that you sand you don't have to sand the artificial nail, just sand the top of the nail. Like the top and where the curve is where you start gluing it, okay? So you could do that. I just want to make sure that this is good like this. I just want to make sure that it's going with the nail, with my natural nail, okay? I don't want it not going with my natural nail because that wouldn't be cool. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing it. Okay, so I'm just going to continue sanding the nails. Okay, so after that's done, I'm just gonna use my drill, and I'm gonna actually use this piece here. This is just a fine drill bit here. You can always just, like I said, you could use your file if you need. You don't have to have a drill if you don't have one, okay? So I'm just gonna clean up by the the plastic nail itself, okay? Like just the edges, like I'm gonna show you right now, okay? I'm actually going to speed up this video just because like I don't have very much data, or not data, but very much space on my phone. So I'm just gonna just do this thumbnail for you because I wanna make sure so you guys know what I'm doing, and I don't want to overexpose just in case, like, you know, it's too much for you guys to watch basically. So I'm just gonna do the thumb just because, like I said, like it's going to take me a while just to do the whole set. Oh, sorry, the whole set itself, okay? So I'm just gonna bring it in a little closer. I'm gonna clean by the cuticle area again, just this one piece here, because I see a little piece there. Just wanna clean it. Hi, Beck. You leaving now? Are you by yourself, or is there? Who's here? Oh, they're here now? Oh, they said they were gonna take like an hour. Has it actually been an hour? Oh. So okay, now that I have done the prep of the nail, I'm going to use my dehydrator. So I'm using the C&D dehydrator. I'm going to apply it one time on the nail, the prep nail. Make sure this is, like I said, this is the most important step. The prep nail is the most important step, okay? I just finished doing these nails. They're still a little wet right now, and then I'm going to file them out after. Just because I knew it was going to take a long time for me to do it on basically on video. I mean, if you guys are up for a video like that, like a whole long video like that, I'll do one, but I just feel like it's so long and time consuming. It's just like, it's basically, I could teach you one nail and then you guys should be fine. But if you want me to do like one or two or the whole thing, I could try to do the whole thing. But yeah, now I'm gonna add the primer. So I'm gonna add 2 coats. I like to add 2 coats of this because I feel that it's like actually it adheres to it more. Like it, the acrylic sticks onto the nail more. So I'm just gonna let that one just dry a little bit, and then I will add another coat. Okay, so I'll just add another coat. You don't want you don't want to saturate the nail too much. You want to make sure it's not too wet, especially when you're gonna add the acrylic to it. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a second. So like I said, I'm using a number brush, a number 9 oval Kolinsky brush, Kolinsky I guess it's called, and I like it. Like I said, I started with a 6, and I don't mind using this one. So now that I have my nail prepped, I'm just going to grab some, what I do, I don't do one. Some people, they can do the whole nail in one swipe. Me, it takes me 3 to 4 times to fill the whole nail, because I do have, it is a quite long nail, and I'm not that like good doing a whole swipe with one application. So I'm just gonna grab my brush, put it on the side like this. Make sure I have some liquid monomer in there. And then I'm going to grab my powder, okay, upside down. You wanna make sure your brush is upside down. I'm going to place it onto the nail, okay, like so. Okay, and then I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to the cuticle area, but I don't want my brush to be too wet. I'm just gonna slide it along and then go up, okay? You don't want your brush too wet, too saturated, okay? Because then your acrylic will go all over the place. And then make sure you wipe. Every time you go, wipe, okay? There we go. And then you can clean the edge, okay? And then you can clean this edge. Okay, so that's pretty much done just for the base of the nail. I like to put a base of the nail of acrylic on the base if I'm doing color acrylic. I always like to do that, just because in case I want to take the color off, I could just sand the color off, and then I have the clear, and then I could do another color on top if I wanted to. So I like to do a base first. Okay, the next step, so I have my base on right now. So the next step I'm going to add is the pressure point. The pressure point is right in the center where you apply that nail. You want to make sure you have a nice C curve to that, because if you don't, and you don't put your acrylic on that pressure point, your nail's gonna rip right off and it's gonna hurt. So you wanna make sure that you have a nice thick bead of acrylic there. So I'm just going to, like I said, dip my brush in, okay? Grab the acrylic, and then upside down, I'm just gonna place it right in the middle. It doesn't matter if it's uneven or anything like that. It doesn't bother me. I'm just going to place it right in the middle, like so. And then I will bring it up, okay? It doesn't matter if it's uneven like that to me, because I will just put more acrylic on top of it, okay? So like so. I want to make sure that I have a good pressure point there, okay? So I have a nice pressure point. I want to make sure that acrylic stays solid. Okay, the next step is I'm going to do the tip. Actually, what I did is with my right hand, I actually went again over and over, okay? So I might do that with this thumb. These ones, I actually did it the other way. I did the whole nail, and then I would put the acrylic at the tip and then bring it upwards. But I'm not gonna do that with this one. I'm going to actually I'm going to go downwards instead of going upwards, okay? So upside down, I'm going to place it right here again. And then I'm going to just move it along the sides, okay? It's no rush, just no rush. And then I'm going to bring it up, okay? I just want to make sure that the nail is nice and thick, but not too thick. But I'm going to bring it along like that, okay? There we go. And then make sure you clean the edge there. You don't want a nice big clump, okay? With these nails, since these nails are like, they go over to the side a little bit, I like to see, you can see right here, I don't know if you can see, it's like a little wrinkly. I like to add a little bit of acrylic on that side. Okay, so what I do is I bring it along like this, just put it there, just let it sit, and then I just move my brush, sliding it, okay, like so. Because I want to make sure it kind of looks like a nail, you want to make sure it looks like a nail. And then I just bring it this way, just that way, and then go back that way, upwards, the direction, okay? So then that's why I want to do that. Like you can see, it's all gone now, so that's good, like that. Okay, I'm gonna do it to the other side now, just because, like I said, the nail is weird. It's a little wonky nail, so I'm just gonna put it like that, okay? It's a different kind of nail, that's why it's like a harsh C-curve on it. And I wanna make sure it's nice and even looking, okay? There we go. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look at the nail itself. I wanna see the thickness. I wanna see if it's thick enough. If you look at it, like, see that? To me, that's not thick enough, like that would break. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more acrylic, okay? I'm going to push it on my brush like that, not too much, and I'm going to put it at the end, like so, okay? Wet the brush a little bit more, and then I'm going to bring it downwards, okay? Not too far, I don't want to go too far. Like this. Very, very simple, guys. Just you have the confidence that you can do it. Just say, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try it. Let me see if I could do it. So now that the nail is thicker, a little thicker, okay? Just not too much, just a little. I'm gonna actually cover the whole nail itself now. Now that it's all finished, I'm just gonna start going back by the cuticle area, and I'm gonna just nice wet brush for this one. And then I'm gonna grab my acrylic upside down, and then I'm going to place by the cuticle area. And I wanna make sure I'm gonna get close to the cuticle. I wanna make sure this bead is nice and wet, but not sloppy wet. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it upwards, okay? And if you get it on the sides or anything like that, you can always just clean it like I did right here. I'm just gonna clean it with my brush. See, look how swipe. Very simple. You have control of the brush, it's your brush, okay? I am going to add a little bit more right here. Again, just because I want to make sure that I have a nice bead and it's nice and thick, not too thick, but nice and thick, that I don't have to worry about it. Okay. There you go. Like I could get a little bit more closer to the cuticle area there. There's a little gap. I'm just going to add a little dollop there. I just want to get as close as I can, but I don't want to go on it. Don't want to go on your nail, on your skin, on your cuticle. Like, I mean, on your nail, yes, but not on your cuticle area. Okay, so I just want to get in there. I don't want no gaps. There we go. And then if you feel that it's on your cuticle area, just try to use your brush and then maneuver it around just to clean it. There we go. Okay. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more acrylic right into the corner, just because I would like to make sure my corners are done real good, especially on my thumbs. My thumbs are very particular. They're very crazy. They're different. I know you just want to get in there, and I want to make sure there's a little lump there. There we go. Now I'm happy with that. Okay. Just clean that a little bit. There we go. After that, I'm going to sand it. So basically, I'm happy with this nail. I'm going to just go and now make sure you guys always clean your brush, okay? So I'm going to clean my brush, okay? Make sure you always clean it, okay? All the time, every time you use it, because the little acrylic could sit in there and then your brush gets ruined and then you have to clean it with acetone. Okay, so there we go. So it's all nice and clean. So I'll just set it aside, okay? I'll put my monomer away and then my acrylic. So after that, I'm just going to use my coarse file and I'm going to go along the edges. Okay, I'll do a different nail just because this one is still sitting wet. So I'll just do like this one here, my pointing finger. I'm just going to use the coarse file. Okay, and I'm going to just go along the side. I want to make sure that it's not on my skin. So if you want, you could always push it with your other nail. It's up to you. And then you can just go along like that. Make sure that you get the sides there. And I'll do this one here. Okay, good to go underneath. And then on top, the tip. Okay. And then after, if you don't, like I said, if you don't have a drill, you can always use your file. I'm going to use my drill. I'm going to go by the cuticle. Actually, I used my file for the other hand. Just because I was upstairs, I didn't have my drill with me, so I'm just going to use my drill. If you don't have one, just use your file. I'm going to have it on 9. I'm going to do around the cuticle area. You want to make sure it's nice and clean around the cuticle area. I always see a lot of nails that some people, when they don't have a drill, it's totally fine, but you could try to get up in there with that's why I say it's best to invest in a drill, because it does all the good like little work that you need to get done. All the little tiny stuff that the file can't get. So I'm just cleaning around the cuticle area, and then now I'll just sand the nail. And plus this will help you shape the nail better, you know? So I would invest in a file if you had one. I mean a drill, sorry. I would definitely invest in one. I mean, if you have 60 bucks laying around, you know, you don't have to buy like the super professional ones. You know, I bought it like a $60 one before and it worked for many, many years. Okay. I'm just going to clean up the tip a little bit here because I don't like mine too thick. Okay. Grab my file again. I'm just going to do the tip. I want to make sure it's nice and even, side, under, tip. Okay. I like to look to see if it's a straight line. Nice straight line right here. Straight line there and a straight line there. No bevels, nothing like that. And then I'm going to just do the tip again. I want to make sure it's nice and square. Let's see. So it's getting square like that. That's good. You know, I like that. See the squareness in it? And then, see that? Looks good. I like it. And then that's it, basically. And then what you use your fine file for is you want to make sure that the tip, basically the sides and stuff, and the tip is not too sharp. So you want to make sure you go in and you file that because it will be sharp. Okay. You can always use your file if you want to go around it. Like I said, if you don't have a drill, you can use your file. I like to use files sometime. I think when I use my file, it gets in like makes the seam more better, like the roundness of the nail. So I actually like using my file, but for the cuticle area, I feel like I need it for the cuticle area, just because I like to get up in there, in that area, with my drill. That my file, I don't believe, can really get in there. So Okay. Now that I use this coarse file, I want to make sure like I use my fine file on top of the nail, or you could always get a buffer and buff it, like a fine buffer, and then buff it, because you don't want sharp edges. No sharp edges, because the sharp file will give those sharp ridges on your nail. You want to make sure it's nice and smooth, okay? Because once you put the polish on, you're gonna see all those marks, okay? I'm hoping you guys can see this. I know that it's probably a little quick because I'm moving the file. And then after that, I will dust it. Okay, there we go. I'll show you what it looks like. So just grab a little wipe, whatever, and you can wipe it off. Wash your hands, and you can always put your top coat or whatever you're gonna put on there. That nail is basically done. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing the rest of the nails. I hope you like this video. If you want me to do a whole tutorial on one of my hands, I can. It will probably be like a 40-minute at least video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you guys can do it. Please do it, and don't feel you can't do it, because you know what? If you feel that you can do it, you could probably do it, you know? If you have the passion there, if you want to save some money, why not? And you know what? It's your nails. And if you don't like it, you can always remove it from pure acetone. You know, there's videos out there on how to remove acrylic nails if you feel that you don't like them, okay? So I'm just going to continue doing my nails. I appreciate you guys all watching. Hopefully you guys learned something. You know, like I said, you know, I'm just doing this on my own. I love doing my nails. It's something that I love doing, and it's something I grew up just learning and loving. So if you're interested in doing something like this, don't be discouraged and just go for it. Hopefully I could help you with this, and I love you guys so much, and you guys have a blessed week and stay safe, okay? I love you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're interested in any of my giveaways or my nail videos or anything, reviews, whatever I do, okay? I've been here for a long time, so hopefully you guys can hang out with me, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.